first of all, could you tell us briefly to our audience what this film, what your film, The Ape Star, is about?
Yes, I think it's a lot of the film is about, having that everybody can become your family. As long as you love each other, then everybody can become your family.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And also, we know that this film actually originates from a children's book. We wonder if it is a story that is popular among children in Nordic countries. And what is the most interesting feedback that you probably received from children audience after watching your film?
To be honest, I haven't seen, so because of the pandemic, I haven't been able to meet my audience in a normal way of the circumstances to the pandemic. So the children that I have met, or is more people that have been watching the film and then just telling me that they have actually, many people have loved the film. So, and also because of, I think it's both for the kids, but also for the parents and family, because of you can see it in different layers. That, I mean, it's an adventurous thought of having a mother as a gorilla, and that kind of adventure, but also that that everybody, like a child, can identify to ask you question of who is your mother, where does she come from, and who could it have been, those questions that are like universal for all of us, I think.
Yeah, I think it's really important about the core value is that anybody can be your family. And also, speaking of the mother figure as a gorilla, I think it's really interesting because I guess a lot of people is probably a bit shocked when they see, well, it's a gorilla coming to the orphanage as a adopted mother. Yeah, so how would you expect children to understand or read this part? Because it's quite unconventional, I mean, to most of the audience.
I think Frida Nilsson, the author of the book, she had her dad was the part of, when she wrote the book, she thought that her dad was the gorilla, that he was a little bit an outsider in the society. Mm-hmm. But then, how you can still be a part of the society and world, but you are a little bit different. And I think that was her metaphor. The gorilla just became, I think she has done very many books about, having blender of humans and animals. The next book she's had is one with the rats. So she has had several, the books with the animals just becomes metaphor for people, as this is her dad, the gorilla is her dad actually. So I think, she just want to play around with different animals and how they, could come into your world, but they are more like a different outsider of the world coming to the orphanage, not like a normal mom. She's an outsider of the town, and she comes there and she's been longing so long for a child, and she is, then she adopts Jonna, and so yeah, that's the story.
And what would be the most interesting part and also the most difficult part when you make this animation?
Oh, it's yeah, it's difficult along the way. It's because I always feel like we are a big community in the world that makes animation. And I would say that we are marathon runners because you need to be focused for such a long time, even though we have normal work hours. But you need to not glitch during the whole process because then you have to be like a long distance runner. And then, of course, in the financing stage, you have many challenges. So people will tell you how bad your idea is all the time. All the time, the production. I have done an average that you will have about 6 no's during the process of financing the film, that people will tell you in the different stages how they don't like the idea. But then you need to struggle with the idea and you need to develop it. But I think the most fun with making animation is also that thing, that it takes a long time. You work with fantastic artists that all chip in and love, the energy of making the film together. They pressure it, and you work.
So in the end, I think I would like to invite you, if you can say something for our audience, our kids' audience in Taiwan, for those who might share a passion of becoming a future director. Is there any suggestions or any thoughts you want to share with them?
I think you should not be so afraid of making mistakes, because becoming a director is more like it's like every normal job. You need to work a lot with it because of on the journey of being good. And sometimes you make a film that it doesn't play out as well as you would like, but you still would have to remain the thing that if you like it, it's a joyfulness and it's playness. If you like to play and do it, it's a hard work, because it's a lot of people say to you it's a bad idea or something. So you need to really be able to fight for your ideas. But if you like that part, because it's a lot of no on the way, if you like it, you will have a joyful time and you will have a fantastic time in creating something that you believe in. So I think that you should not be afraid of doing mistakes, because that's the journey of becoming whatever you do. And just, keep on telling stories, I think.